2, 1.
Jai. I think this is very high though. Jai Spadikashi Shri Guru Gaurachandra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Sorry, we're a little late because we've got a competition going. I'm memorizing another verse of Upadesamrita. Pandeham Shri Guru Shri Jita Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sarvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadatisva Padantikam. Haribol. Dandavat. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mission morning class. And now beginning with reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Antya Lila, Volume 1, Chapter number 4. Sanatana Goswami visits the Lord. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakti Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupade Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, we're on text number 121. If we remember, Mahaprabhu has invited Sanatana Goswami to come to visit him, and Sanatana Goswami has come, but he took the path along the beach in order to, what he's thinking, not to give offense to the pujaris and servants of Lord Jagannath who are always going along the other way. So his feet are now fully burnt and blistered. What is that, 3rd degree or 2nd degree?
What's that?
A 2nd degree burn has blisters? Or 3rd degree? First degree.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's the depth of the. So second would be like partial thickness, like through the skin and into the underlying layers.
But the blisters means.
Yeah, like a superficial second. There's like a deep second and a more superficial 2nd degree. So if there's blisters, yeah, it's like a 2nd degree burn. Just from walking.
From walking on the sand.
Serious. Oh, the sand gets so hot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Srila Sanatana Goswami didn't even notice.
Didn't even notice. He was following Mahaprabhu?
He was going to visit Mahaprabhu, and he was didn't even.
Yeah.
Bhiksha avashesha patra govinda tare dila prasada panya sanatana prabhupashe aila. Govinda gave Sanatana Goswami the plate with the remnants of Lord Chaitanya's food. After taking the prasadam, Sanatana Goswami approached Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhu kahe kon pate aila Sanatan, teha kahe samudra pate, karilu agaman. When the Lord inquired, by which path have you come? Sanatana Goswami replied, I have come on the path along the beach. Prabhu kahe tapta valukate kemane aila, singhadware rapata sitala kene naila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, how did you come along the beach where the sand is so hot? Why didn't you come along the path in front of the Singadwar gate? It is very cool. Singadwar refers to the main gate on the eastern, on the eastern side of the Jagannath temple. Tapta valukaya tomarapaya hailavrana. Chalite napara kamane karilasana. The hot sand must have blistered your soles. Now you cannot walk. How did you tolerate it? Sanat, so the bottom of the feet is the sole of the foot. Sanatana kahe dukkha bahutana pailum. Paye vrana hanyache tahana janilun. Sanatana Goswami replied, I did not feel much pain, nor did I know that there were blisters because of the heat. Singhadware jaite mora nahi adhikara visheshe takurera taha sevakera prachara. I have no right to pass by the Singhadwar, for the servants of Jagannath are always coming and going there. Sevaka gata gati kare nahi avasara taraspasha haile sarvanashak habe mora. The servants are always coming and going without interval. If I touch them, I shall be ruined. Means my spiritual life will be gone. I will be making an offense. Herein it is very clearly indicated that priests performing deity worship should be careful to keep themselves completely pure and not be touched by outsiders. Sanatana Goswami and Haridas Thakur, thinking themselves mlechas and yavanas because of their past association with Muslims, did not enter the temple or even travel on the path in front of the temple gate. It is customary for the priests of temples in India not even to touch outsiders or to enter the deity room after having been touched. This is a very important item in temple worship. Did you hear that?
Say that again?
Oh, come on now.
What is very important in Indian temple? What is very important? Did you say Indian temple?
No, it's very important in deity worship to keep oneself extremely clean. And even in Jagannath temple, if someone touches the pujari, then he will bathe and change his clothing before entering into the deity worship, into the deity room. So we are very careful, and we're trying to at least keep everything, our clothing clean, and our hair short or tied back, and bathe in clean clothes and so many things. Shivani Mahaprabhu Mane Shanto Shapaila Tushtahanya Tare Kichu Kahite Lagila. Having heard all these details, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, greatly pleased, spoke as follows. Dyajapiyo tumihau jagata pavana Thomas Parshe Pavitrahai Deva Munigana Tatapi Bhakta Svabhava Maryada Rakshana Maryada Palanahaya Sadhura Bhushana. My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer, are you hearing?
My dear Sanatan, you are the deliverer.
Although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and although even the demigods and great saints are purified by touching you, even the demigods are purified by touching you, and great saints are purified, it is the characteristic of a devotee to observe and protect the Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of a devotee. So we do not want to overstep Vaishnava etiquette. Maryada langane loka kare upahasa iha loka paraloka duihaya nasha. If one transgresses the laws of etiquette, people make fun of him, and thus he's vanquished in both this world and the next. Maryada rakile tushta kaile moramana tumi aiche na karile kare kon jana. By observing the etiquette, you have satisfied my mind. Who else but you could show this example? Atabali prabhutare alingana kaila, tara kandurasa prabhura shri angela gila. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Sanatana Goswami, and the moisture oozing from the itching sores on Sanatan's body smeared the body of the Lord. Do you hear that? All right, come on. So Mahaprabhu was very happy that Sanatana Goswami, although he can purify even the demigods, is observing Vaishnava etiquette. And Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of the devotee. And then he embraced Sanatana Goswami, and where's that?
Microphone.
And then he embraced Sanatana Goswami, and the moisture coming from the sores on the body of Sanatana smeared the body of Mahaprabhu.
What is his mirror?
Like you put on some lotion, you smear it.
Oh, my body is moisture.
Like some liquid coming out.
So some liquid was coming out of Sanatana Goswami.
The sores.
The source, what is that?
Do you remember Sanatana Goswami drank some bad water coming to Puri in the jungle, and it caused these sores to come out on his body, like
A disease.
huh?
A disease.
Huh?
A disease.
I can't hear you.
A disease.
Like a disease, like skin disease, and much water is oozing, bad smell also. But Mahaprabhu is embracing him. Bara bara nishedena tabukare alingana ange rasa lage dukapaya sanatana. Although Sanatana Goswami repeatedly forbade Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to embrace him, the Lord still did so. Thus his body was smeared with the moisture from Sanatan's body, and Sanatan became greatly distressed. Mate sevaka prabhu dunhe gara gela aradina jagadananda sanatanera milila. Thus both servant and master departed for their respective homes, and the next day Jagadananda Pandit went to meet Sanatana Goswami. Who went to meet him? Prabhu, can you not do that because you're not being able to pay attention? The next day, Jagadananda Pandit went to meet who?
Srila Sanatana Mahaprabhu.
What?
Srila Sanatana Goswami.
Yes. Dui jana vashi Krishna kata goshti kaila panditera Sanatana duka nivedila. When Jagadananda Pandit and Sanatana Goswami sat together and began to discuss topics about Krishna, Sanatana Goswami submitted to Jagadananda Pandit the cause of his distress. Iha alanya prabhure de kiduka kandaite jeba mane taha prabhuna dila karite. I came here to diminish my unhappiness by seeing Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the Lord did not allow me to execute what was in my mind. Nishedite Prabhu alingana kare namore mora kandura salage prabhura sharire. Although I forbid him to do so, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nevertheless embraces me, and therefore his body becomes smeared with the discharges from my itching sores. Aparada haya mora nahi kanishtara Jagannatera na dekhiye e dukkha apara. In this way I'm committing offenses at his lotus feet, and from these offenses I shall certainly not be delivered. At the same time I I cannot see Lord Jagannath, and this is my very great unhappiness. He's saying, I came here. He's saying, I came here to diminish my unhappiness, but that is not happening because I'm constantly like an offensive presence, and I cannot tolerate that, and I can't see Lord Jagannath either.
Who is saying that? Sri Jagananda, the devotee that went to see Srila Sanatana Goswami. What was his name?
Jagadananda Pandit.
Jagadananda.
So Sanatana Goswami, in his humility, is asking for advice.
Oh, to Srila Jagadananda.
Yes, I don't know what to do about this situation. Aparada hai mora nahika nishtara Jagannath Hita nimitta alanya ami haila viparite Kikarile hita hai nari nirdarite. I've come here for my benefit, but now that I see I'm just getting the opposite. I do not know, nor can I ascertain how there will be any benefit for me. Pandita kahe tumhara vasa yogya vrindavana ratiyatra deki taha karana gamana. Jagadananda Pandit said, the suitable place for you to reside is Vrindavan. After seeing the Ratiyatra festival, you can return there. Prabhura agya hanya chetoma duibai Vrindavane baisha taha sarva shukapaye. The Lord has already ordered both of you, brothers, to situate yourselves in Vrindavan. There you will achieve all happiness. So what did Jagadananda Pandit say?
To go back to Vrindavan.
That's right. And he's ordered you two brothers, Rup Sanatan, to make your residence there. Jai Karje Aila Prabhura Dekila Charana Rate Jagannatha Deki Karaha Gamana. Your purpose in coming has been fulfilled, for you have seen the lotus feet of the Lord. Therefore, after seeing Lord Jagannath on the Ratiyatra car, you can leave. Sanatana kahe balakaila upadesha tahajava se mora prabhudatta desha. Sanatana Goswami replied, you have given me very good advice. I shall certainly go there, for that is the place the Lord has given me for my residence. The words Prabhudatta Desh are very significant. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotional cult teaches one not to sit down in one place, but to spread the devotional cult all over the world. And the Lord dispatched Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami to Vrindavan to excavate and renovate the holy places and from there establish the cult of bhakti. Therefore, Vrindavan was given to Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami as their place of residence. Similarly, everyone in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotional cult should accept the words of the spiritual master and thus spread the Krishna consciousness movement. They should go everywhere, to all parts of the world, accepting these places as their Prabhudatta Desh, the places of residence given by the spiritual master, or Lord Krishna. And of course, Srila Prabhupada's disciples certainly did that, opening up temples in different parts of the world, just going. Go open a temple here, go open a temple here. And then they did. Young people just started collecting, preaching, got a place, then got a bigger place. By his potency, these things happened. Atabali duhe nija karye utigela aradina Mahaprabhu milipare aila. After talking in this way, Sanatana Goswami and Jagadananda Pandit returned to their respective duties. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Haridas and Sanatana Goswami. Okay. Haridasa Kaila Prabhura Charana Vandana. Haridasa Kaila Prabhu Prema Alingana. Haridas Thakur offered obeisances to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord embraced him in ecstatic love. Durahaite Danda Parana Makare Sanatana Prabhu Bolaya Bara Bara Karite Alingana. Sanatana Goswami offered his obeisances and Dandavat from a distant place, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called him again and again to embrace him. So Sanatana Goswami was keeping his distance. He couldn't stand that the Lord would embrace him.
The same happened when Mahaprabhu met him for the first time, right?
What was that?
The same happened when Sanatana Goswami met Mahaprabhu for the first time.
Yeah, that was his shyness. He was shy, but this time is a little different reason.
He was sick.
He doesn't want, Aparada bayete amilite naila, Mahaprabhu milibare se tanigela. Out of fear of committing offenses, Sanatana Goswami did not come forward to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord, however, went forward to meet him. Sanatana bhagi pache karena gamana, Balatkare dari Prabhu Kaila Alingana. Sanatana Goswami backed away, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caught him by force and embraced him. Duijana Lanya Prabhu Bashila Pindate, Nirbina Sanatana Lagila Kahite. The Lord took them both with him and sat down in a sacred place. Then Sanatana Goswami, who was advanced in renunciation, began to speak. The Lord took them both with him and sat down in a sacred place. Then Sanatana Goswami, who was advanced in renunciation, began to speak. Hitalagi ainu munya haila viparita Seva yogya nahi aparada karon niti niti. I came here for my benefit, he said, but I see that I'm getting just the opposite. I'm unfit to render service. I simply commit offenses day after day. Sahaje nicha jati munyi dushta papashaya more tumi chunile mora aparadahaya. By nature I am low-born. I am a contaminated reservoir of sinful activities. If you touch me, sir, that will be a great offense on my part. Tahate amara ange ka kandura sarakta chale tomara ange lage tabu sparshaha tumi bale. Moreover, blood is running from my infected, itching sores on my body, smearing your body with moisture, and still you touch me by force. So this is breaking my heart. I cannot tolerate this. Vibatsas, and also, anyways, we hear it. Vibatsas parshite nakara grinaleshe eaparade morahabe sarvanashe. My dear sir, you do not have even a pinch of aversion to touching my body, which is in a horrible condition. Because of this offense, everything auspicious will be vanquished for me.
What offense did he make?
Because his body is, it's just his natural feeling. If someone will keep, I think you can understand it. Offense means he's just feeling, he's feeling so low and so despicable. He doesn't want the Lord to touch him. This is his inner heart feeling. It is a natural feeling.
Did Sanatana Goswami know that Mahaprabhu was the Supreme?
Yes, of course. But he's not a practitioner. We're trying to become aware of offenses and trying to avoid them. But these are not him practicing Krishna consciousness. This is his heart's feeling. It is a feeling of his Vaishnava heart.
Yeah, he's a devotee.
Yeah, he's an actual devotee. Tate iha rahila morana haya kalyana agya de. That was a good question. Agya deha rata deki janya vrindavana. Therefore I see that I will get nothing auspicious by staying here. Kindly give me orders allowing me to return to Vrindavan after the Ratha Yatra festival. Jagadananda Pandite Ami Yukti Puchila Vrindavana Jaite Teha Upadesha Dila. Are you hearing this? This is a very important part of this conversation. I have consulted Jagadananda Pandit for his opinion, and he has also advised me to return to Vrindavan. Atashuni Mahaprabhu Sharosha Antare Jagadananda Kruddhahanya Kare Tirashkare. Hearing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in an angry mood, began to chastise Jagadananda Pandit. Kalikara Batuya Jaga Aiche Garbihaila Toma Sabareha Upadesha Karite Lagila. Who's speaking now?
Someone that is chastising Srila Jagadananda Pandit.
Who?
I think it was Mahaprabhu.
Yes. Jaga is a new boy, but he has become so proud that he thinks himself competent to advise a person like you. Vyavahare paramarte tumi tara guru tulya tomare upadeshena jane apana mulya. In affairs of spiritual advancement and even in ordinary dealings, you are on the level of his spiritual master. Yet not knowing his own value, he dares to advise you. Amara upadeshta tumi pramanika arya tomareha upadeshe balaka kare aiche karya. My dear Sanatan, you are on the level of my advisor, for you are an authorized person, but Jaga wants to advise you. This is but the impudence of a naughty boy. Shuni Sanatana Paye Dari Prabhure Kahila Jagadanandera Saubhagya Aji Se Janila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thus chastising Jagadananda Pandit, Sanatana Goswami fell at the Lord's feet and said, I can now understand the fortunate position of Jagadananda, because Mahaprabhu was chastising him. And Sanatana goes, oh, you're always giving me so much honor, but you're chastising Jagadananda. This is a closer relationship.
Wow.
Because Jagadananda Pandit is an eternal parshad of Mahaprabhu. And he has a very particular mood, which is very exclusive. Of course, all of his parshad have their own divine mood. But the position of Jagadananda, and he's saying, oh, this boy, why are you listening to him? You're his guru, and he's now become so proud. Sanatana's like, oh, because he knows Mahaprabhu relationship with Jagadananda. Yeah?
Who is the Parshad, the associate of Mahaprabhu that was in Madhura Rasa, or like in the closest relationship?
Oh, that I don't know. I mean, we are singing that song, Bhajare Bhajare, in the morning. These are all very, very close associates of Mahaprabhu. Srila Rupa Goswami, Rup Sanatan, and of course Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai, very, very deeply, deeply close to Mahaprabhu. So that song is very important for us, that Shivananda is saying, and of course Nityananda Prabhu, Srinivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, Murari Gupta, Mukunda. These are all very great Parashad of Mahaprabhu. And it's good for you. And it will be a very nice part of the website when we have time for that, more time, to about these Parashad, these Parashad devotees of Mahaprabhu. Very, very, all of them are so extremely, and also in the Gaur Arti, many are mentioned like that. We're very close. Haribol. So I'll stop here and we can repeat that verse tomorrow about when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thus chastising Jagadananda. It's a very sweet point. Haribol. And also, it's the same with Advaita Prabhu. Advaita Prabhu didn't like that he was always getting so much honor from Mahaprabhu, so he started preaching Mayavad philosophy. So Mahaprabhu would chastise him. Advaita Prabhu. And he starts preaching Mayavad philosophy, just so Mahaprabhu would get angry with him. So we should never be unhappy with the chastisement of our Guru. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupade Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Haribol. Now coming to Upadesamrita, and so we'll just chant these up to and including verse 7. You have your paper? Jai Sri Sri Upadesamrita ki Jai. The nectar of instruction. And this is from Srila? Who?
Rupa Goswami.
Yeah. Okay. Vacho vegam manasakroda vegam jiva vegam udara pashta vegam etan vegam yo vishaheta dhira sarvam apimam prativimsa sisya. So this is about the
6 urges.
The urges. The second verse is Hatyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha Janasangaschaloyam cha sabir bhaktir binashati. And this is about?
The 6 faults that destroy bhakti.
Yes. Utsahan nischayadharya tat karma pravardana sangatyaga sato vitte sadbir bhakti prasidjati. And? The third verse is about?
The 6 qualities that nourish bhakti.
Yes. Dadati pratigratnati guhyam makyati vichati Punkte bojayate chaiva sadvidam priti lakshanam. And the fourth verse?
It's about the different characteristics of love.
Yes, the exchanges of love. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet pranati bir bhajantamisham shushraya bhaja vigyam ananyamanya nindadi shunya hridamitsita sangalabdya. And this is the fifth verse, which is our relationship, or how the different levels and how we are to relate with the persons on different levels of the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. And number 6, Dishtai Svabhava Janite Vapushascha Doshe Na Prakritatvam Iha Bhakta Janasya Pasye Gangambasam Na Kulu Buddha Pena Panke Pramadavatvam Apagachati Niratarmai. Do not consider devotees in this world mundane because of
his faults
in his
nature
and his body. The river of the Ganges never loses its spiritual nature because of bubbles, foam, and mud, which are natural in water. And of course, this is referring to those great devotees like Sanatana Goswami, but also even in our, with each other, we are so, it's understood we have so many faults. But we do not want to concentrate on those faults unless it is our duty to do so. Unless it is an indication that this association is not going to be good for me. In those ways we can notice, but not in an envious way, but in a practical way. And then also we are not overpowered by praising the mundane qualities of anyone. Syat Krishna Nama Charitari Satapya Vidya Pitopata Rasanasya Narochikatu Nu Kinvadarad Anudinam Kalusaiva Jishta Swadvikramad Bhavati Tad Gadamula Hantri. And verse 7 is about the jaundice. When one has jaundice, then his tongue cannot taste sweet things. Sweet things will be bitter. Taste very bitter, bad, very bad. And then, but it is like our tongue has jaundice, and that's why we are not relishing the sweetness of the holy name of Krishna. But by continually chanting without offense those names, that will remove that disease and we will feel that sweetness. Okay, Jai. So that number 7 is about the disease of jaundice. Well, it's not about that, but the analogy of that. Okay, now we're continuing to read Srila Guru Maharaj's commentary. We are now on page 153 in the middle. Only our Miss Jai Shri Om Vishnupad Bhakti Rakshak Sri Dhardev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Only our misfortune has separated us from the Lord, but really we belong to Him. Really, deeply in our actual real self, we are part of that world of belonging to Krishna. This is our real existence. Swarupe sabara hoy golokete stiti. Maya, the illusory conception of our false interest, has taken us away from Him. But our future adaptability is only there in His connection. Even though I am in the marginal position from the beginning of time, as much as Krishna consciousness will take possession of our heart, all will have to retire automatically. Everything else. They will have no other alternative. Our Guru Maharaj said, only allow Krishna consciousness to enter the land of your heart, and Krishna consciousness will capture the whole thing. So again, this is about, don't worry that now you don't have taste for that. Once Krishna comes there, everything will be destroyed that is not divine. It will all be captured. None can stand against Him in any fight. Krishna consciousness is so generous, so broad, so powerful, so heart-touching, that none can stand against him when he wants to capture someone, because every place is his home. When we feel home comfort, affectionate home comfort, home assurance, all else will have to retire. Such is Krishna consciousness. All proposals from all different prospects of life will have to retire forever when Krishna consciousness enters into us in any part. It is such. He is such a real, homely Lord of our heart. Homely. Homely now in English has a bad connotation. It means not good looking. But homely that's not the real meaning. It just got kind of changed that way. He is like cozy. When he comes, all foreigners have to go away. No other alternative is there. Only he can satisfy our inner demands, and is fully satisfied by him alone. So when he comes to enter, to take possession through a sweet relationship with every atom of our existence, all other possessors have to retire forever. All the false possessors of us will have to go. If he takes possession, it's not like they're any competition for the Lord. Such is Krishna consciousness. Call it love. Jai. Being in love means I want to own you. But this is all artificial. We don't even know who it is we're trying to own, and they don't know either. But this ownness is deep, 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 and deepest in love of Krishna. He said, you cannot imagine how much and how deeply you can own me. And you are mine also. Atashri Krishna namadi nabhavet grahyam indriyai sevon mukhe jivado swayameva spuratyada. We shall take the name, but what for? To get the prestige of a sadhu? For kana, kamini, and pratishta? To attract money, women, and popularity? No, I am ready to give myself in sacrifice wholesale for whom I am serving, for whom I am taking the name. With that attitude, we shall take the name. It is not limited to the lips. With the whole of my life within my fist, I shall give myself away for the satisfaction of whom I am serving. Say, I'm not leaving anything, in the drawer or under the bed or in a bank account. With my whole self in my fist, I am giving. With that attitude, we shall take the name. It is not limited to the lips. With the whole of my life within my fist, I shall give myself away for the satisfaction of whom I am serving. I shall devote the whole of my energy for the satisfaction of the name. We must approach with this attitude. Then the whole thing is guaranteed. The pursuit, the attempt must be backed by our whole energy, our whole life, our whole prospect, everything. With this attitude, we have to search for a drop of the Vaikuntha nectar. Otherwise, it is useless. What is useless?
I'm sorry, Devi.
So, if we do not approach with the attitude of giving, of full surrender, then our chanting is useless. This is what Guru Maharaj is saying. We have to look for the Vaikuntha. This is really hard to do because Kama, Krodha, Vacho Vegam, those urges are interfering with our surrender. Otherwise, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with Vacho Vegam? What's wrong with Krodha Vegam? It's bad because it's interfering with my surrender. Some situation comes to me, it is Krishna's arrangement, but I'm angry, and therefore I do not want to surrender and see what he is trying to show me. Or Vachavegam, making noise all day long. Or Manasavegam, I don't want to think about that, I just want to think about all the crap I've thought about 100 billion times. I'm just going to think about that again. It's called chewing what you've already chewed. And then Jiva Vegam, and then these Vegams are interfering with my surrender. They're taking my time. They've taken possession of my consciousness. And I can, once we've memorized this verse, we can start seeing that. We can start seeing it. Somebody comes and does something which is really something you do not approve of. You don't like it. You think it's very wrong. And it might be, from some point of view, a very wrong thing to do. But Krishna sent that to me. Now I need to give up anger or out, like a feeling of an indignant feeling, or whatever the feeling is. Maybe that will continue, but we have to see what Krishna's idea is. You sent this to me. Now what am I to do? You have sent this annoying thing to me. But if we keep being angry, then we're just going to go on a little spin that has no value and that has no progress, and finally is not going to be anything useful. Oh dear. Any questions about this?
I wasn't able to pay attention because I'm trying to solve this.
Yes, I know. I know, but I still need to give you a hard time.
I'm okay.
Huh?
I'm not having a hard time.
No, I said I'm going to give you a hard time.
Oh.
Well, if you're not having a hard time, I'll just keep working at it.
Okay. This is so strange, Devi.
No. Trouble with the cameras?
No. Can we call Google? It's the internet connection.
What?
It's the internet connection.
It's finished?
No, we're still on, but it's very slow. And I take advantage of this moment of interruption to tell all the devotees or apologize for the quality of the streaming right now. We're having problems with the internet. And we will call Google and we will solve the problem.
All right.
In the meantime, there are some nice comments both in Facebook and in YouTube.
Oh, lovely.
So you can finish or
No, let's do that. Let's hear that.
So Indumati Dasi, she says, every night this week I chose to go to sleep listening to your soothing Harikatha.
Oh.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam Soli City devotees.
I didn't hear what you who it is.
Indumati.
Oh.
Indumati Didi.
Oh, Dandavat.
And then Chris Camp. I don't know who that is. Chris Camp says Haribol Dandavat. Ganga Lila, Bimal Krishna Prabhu, Ganga Lila Didi, Kumkum Didi, and then someone on YouTube. Inner Tooth. We don't know Inner Tooth, a spiritual name, or if he has one, but he says, Dandavat, thank you for the nice class today.
Oh, you're very kind. Everyone's super. This is family life, and it's very comforting and sweet. We're trying to do something for each other, and it's a very sweet atmosphere. I just love this thing. I am your own, so much your own, that you have never experienced anyone can be so deeply your own, or so deeply become your own. This is amazing. And Srila Guru Maharaj is always going to the very fine point. We have to know what we're doing. What are we really doing? We have to know what is external and what is internal. That internal practice is really difficult, but it is extremely rewarding. It is the life of Krishna conscious practice and progress. This surrendering process, meaning I'm taking shelter of you, my Lord. You are the Lord. There's nothing independent of you. Nothing. What will be independent? Can we name something that could possibly be independent of the Lord?
No.
Is there some atom somewhere that has its own independence, that has created itself and it's just floating around somewhere? So to imagine that there is even one atom that exists for anything outside of Krishna is madness. Therefore, every circumstance is really and truly auspicious. Every circumstance is really and truly perfect. But those vegams, we have to watch out for them, because they come like static on the line. In the old days, I don't know if there's any such thing as static anymore, but in the old days, the radios, the transmitters, they're transmitting something like on the radio, and then it would say, and you couldn't hear anything. That was called static. And these vegams create static so that we cannot hear, we cannot perceive the beauteous message coming through the environment. Is being interfered with. And again, atyahara prayasascha, prajalpo, niyamagra, they're all causing interference with our being able to be a good receptacle, a receiver of that divine wave. Mm-hmm.
You made me think about something, Devi.
Sorry?
Now that we're speaking about the vegans, it is also like, when another object from the environment, and this is in the domain of physics, of classic physics.
I can't quite understand.
You cannot hear me?
I can hear you now. it's a little unclear for me.
Unclear, yes. That's because of my English. But I'm gonna try again.
No, it isn't.
I'm gonna try again.
No, it's not because of your English.
So let's say you get run by a bus.
Yeah.
So the bus hits you, and you're in the air, and you're in a state of inertia. You cannot move there. It's like
not too many choices. Right?
Not too many choices. It reduces your free will. So when the vegams come, it feels like, and when you let them control you, it feels like you're in that state of inertia, where you're not
when you're not even participating hardly.
You're not participating. You're just
Yeah.
being hit by it.
That's a really nice analogy, in my opinion. It is true. We are actually giving up our free will. We think, oh no, I got this. I'm a big enjoyer, or whatever it is. Whatever it is that we are doing. But we're actually being completely moved by a foreign force, manipulated. But that's not injustice. Like, I'm being manipulated. Okay, that can happen, but we're the ones who entered into this deal. And we're doing it because we want to get something out of it. I'm not a helpless victim. But free will is innate in the soul. And in human life, it has its potential to come to full use or full I can't think of a word. It's fully present in human life, but not just by birth in human body. That must be cultivated. Free will has to be cultivated. It is there in potential, but it must be cultivated by association. Then it'll come to its full-blown presence in surrender. Then free will is really coming out. Do I surrender or do I not at this moment? At this moment, where my mind is going, I didn't like that very much, but I hope that happens. I didn't have, and something comes and goes, boom, this is exactly what you don't want. Do I surrender to the Lord's beautiful lesson that He's bringing me? Or do I get captured by the vagums?
And in the other side of the spectrum, when something happens that we did want to happen,
it's the same thing.
The same thing, same surrender.
Yeah, the mind goes to pieces. Yay! Yes! You ever see somebody at a football game? You're like, really? Was it that great? I've got my own ones that I'm attached to, Did you see these shoes? They were on sale for half price. Take 10 pictures, post them to all your friends, get all these approvals. I mean, we just go cuckoo. But it's not really that wonderful. But we think it is, and we can't not think it is until we have some other thinking that is coming to us from above. Otherwise, we're never going to think there's a problem there. But it's the disappointments that are really helpful.
Yeah.
Because it's like the symptom of the disease. If you have an insidious disease, that means a disease that's going on in your body with no symptoms. That's the worst kind. It's killing you, but you don't notice. So it's when the disease comes out and the symptoms are there, and we're feeling disappointment and frustration or anger or whatever the thing is that's coming to torture us, then we know, oh yeah, I see. One in my vagum is now this situation has come to show me that, my Lord, and it is your grace. It is your grace. Now I can see. And sometimes we can't see, but we still bow down. My Lord, this is your grace. This situation that is causing this anger to come out, or this, or whatever it is, lust, or whatever it is, It is your grace you're showing me this. But if we don't surrender, we will not see what's going on. We just have our habitual knee-jerk reactions. And it's dumb. It's like an animal. There's no progress at all. It's exactly like animal life. Human life is not automatically human consciousness. Human body. We have to cultivate that. Otherwise it's just an animal with two legs.
Jai Mahaprabhu.
Beautiful, merciful Lord. Oh, gone over time. Anything else?
Would you say that also, would you say that the nectar of instruction given by Srila Rupa Goswami are allies or elements that will help our quality of surrender? Or are those instructions the surrender itself?
Say again?
The nectar of instruction, the 11 verses given by Srila Rupa Goswami,
Yeah.
are those elements that help us improve the quality of our surrender, or are those instructions the surrender itself?
Yeah, they are elements of surrender.
And we know it was Mahaprabhu who came to teach exclusive surrender to the fallen souls. But by whom he distributed that? By which associate? Was it who taught us surrender? Like in what scripture?
All of our gurus teach surrender. All of our Guru Varga, all the descendants of Rupa Goswami are teaching surrender. Guru Maharaj said Krishna consciousness and surrender are the same thing. How will we be conscious of Krishna without surrender? What other way? By banging on the door or making a phone call? Through surrender, that is our relationship with Krishna. Without surrender, what Krishna are we talking about? He's just like the guy in the temple. That's Kanishta. He is actually everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And there is nothing that happens that he doesn't want to happen, ever, anywhere. But at the same time, there's free will. You can know that, or you cannot know that, but it's still true. And you can have there's an alternative. And he has to give us that alternative. He has to arrange a way for us to be so deluded. Otherwise we couldn't do it on our own. If we want to taste the sweetness of Krishna, we must surrender. We must. There is no other possible way. There's nothing. There's no other way. Surrender means I'm yours. And whatever you do, this is good. It's always good. And then it will take, of course, deeper and deeper forms. But for our practicing life now, it is recommended to see him in the environment. To see him. He is the master of the senses. I can't see anything, feel anything, hear anything, taste anything, smell anything, unless he wants me to. You think this thing is the reason of smelling? This is nothing. This is not the what is empowering the nose to smell? Why does that work? Have you ever seen a book on physiology? It's like, well, what is the reason behind that? That sodium and phosphorus are going along the nerves and bringing this message to the brain. Come on. Who says that's going to work? It's happening, but in another body that may not work at all. It's not the reason that anything's happening. Or as Guru Maharaj says in Subjective Evolution, a thing that we're looking at has no ability to show itself to me. These are really very lovely and important things for devotees to think about and talk about. We don't want to have just some sentimental thing. And oh, in those days, and all in those days, and back in those days, and this happened in those days. Gurudev was invited to speak on Srila Prabhupada's appearance day or disappearance day, and he decided to go. And they all spoke before him. And he thought, when he saw that he was number 8 or 10 or something like that, I thought, oh, what will I say? They will have already said so many things. But he said they didn't say anything. They didn't say anything about who he really is. There was no real understanding. It was all just sentimentalism. This happened, that happened. And that's inspiring, no doubt. Srila Prabhupada did many wonderful things. But what is Guru? They didn't really catch that part. And that's a very deep thing. So we have to keep moving deeper and deeper. Mm-hmm.
Who didn't catch that part?
No, I'm saying that because we were very young when Prabhupada left, we didn't actually go very deeply into Siddhanta. But Srila Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada wanted us to go to Guru Maharaj to get that deep Siddhanta. But it's the same with anyone. It's the same with, not only Srila Prabhupada, but anyone who doesn't go deep into the matter of surrender will not really get a very clear idea about who Guru is. And so we're trying hard to do that. It is so hard. If you want your ego to die, you need to surrender to Krishna and just watch the ego and how averse it is for you to do that. The ego does not want us to do that. And then we can see what is what. Otherwise, we're just talking about ego, and we don't really know what it is until we start to fight it. If we want to start to control the mind, then we'll see the difference between myself and the mind. And if we want to become Krishna conscious, we have to surrender. Then we will see what the ego is. Really loud and clear. And I mean loud. The ego is loud. It's like, no, I want to jump into the pot of whatever it is I do all day. I'm not going to have this surrender thing. I want to suffer in the boiling oil of material life. It's so wonderful.
Can I say something, Didi? It's so interesting to hear those words. Literally just the absolute truth, saying that if you exploit the environment, you'll get a reaction as a form of suffering. But if you serve the center, everything will be accomplished. And you'll be satisfied fully. But after listening to this, some part of me, it still feels like the material world is still nice. Like, I still don't believe that there's gonna be a negative reaction when I enjoy. I still feel like, no, but there's nothing wrong with enjoying.
The reason we think that way is because when we're like children. There was one little girl, I happen to know her, it's Tanu Shri. Little girl, and Jashri brought her. See, I've told this story many times, but I really like it. And she's really little, just sitting like 2 years old or something. And Srila Gurudev handed her a big chocolate bar, big. But she looked at it, then she looked up at him. And then she took it. He said, oh, very intelligent. She wants to see who is giving me this. But for the most part, and there are different, when we're born, we have different kinds of consciousness. But a child, generally, when he sees something, he thinks it's his. It's just the way we think. So we're looking, this is the object of my sense, it's mine. But it isn't. And we have to pay for it. With interest. We can't only not take it. We have to pay back equally. No, with interest, because we stole it. So the Vedas are saying, okay, if you want this, first you have to be giving this kind of sacrifice. And that will offset. Then this is how you're paying for this thing. And then it will come to you. But you have to also offer what you've paid for. It's what we were reading last Wednesday. None of it's mine. Why would it be mine? But the mind is so crooked that as soon as I see something I want, I think, oh, it's mine. But it isn't. And we have to pay. Pay beforehand with sacrifice, or pay later on with karma. But it's because it's not mine. What made it mine? Because I want it. That's a childish mentality. By the time we're 2, 3, 4, we should have learned that by now.
And how about when you're aware that it is not mine and you need to earn it or deserve it, whatever it is, but you're still in the mood of enjoy, not quick enjoyment, but working for something long-term, but it still is mundane consciousness.
In Kali Yuga, we can discuss all these different pieces of religion, how to make prayaschitta, how to make atonement for sinful activities, how to do Vedic sacrifices, not just something we're making up, I'm going to work for this, but that all work is sinful. In Kali Yuga, there is no work that's not sinful. You think about that. Everything is connected with sin in Kali Yuga. But the one quality of Kali Yuga is Harinam Sankirtan, and that is so pious, so purifying. It leaves all other sacrifices in the dust. There's nothing that can compare with Harinam Sankirtan and the result of that. So we're performing that sacrifice and trying to understand Vacha Vegam, Manasakroda Vegam. It's all, that's the negative side. That it's very entangling. But there is grihastha life. There's regulated relationships, men and women relationships, with detachment. Detachment means you're my friend and I want your spiritual progress. That becomes prominent. That's the prominent part. And these children, I want them to become very fortunate and to utilize this life in the best way possible. But other things, that can be utilized. But like the 4 regulated principles like intoxication, gambling, meat eating, and illicit connection between men and women. Those are just sinful. So we have to do what is positive in a mood of sacrifice. Then there's no sinfulness. There's no sin to do these things for Krishna, for the good fortune of others, in a mood of sacrifice. Then there's no sin. There's no sin in that. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, fight, and that's a serious fight. If you read Mahabharata, oh my God, I mean, it's just heavy duty swords, lances, axes. This is like really serious stuff. You do that for me as a sacrifice. Not only will you not be sinful, but you will be making spiritual progress.
So the critical point relies on doing it for him and having the actual consciousness of doing it for him.
Yeah, be a friend. Be friendly. Don't be Krishna's saying, don't be a parasite. Don't be what do you call it? Something that's like a predator. Don't be a predator on your environment.
That's exactly what
I said a drainbow. Like you're just sucking all the energy out of the, just draining everything.
A drainer.
A drainer.
Yeah.
Be a drain.
It's interesting.
And it actually puts us into solitary confinement.
It's very isolating, right?
It's isolating.
Very isolating, yeah.
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 And you see these relationships in Chaitanya Charitamrita with Mahaprabhu and his followers, and between them is all very beautiful, harmonious, everything very, very sweet. Nobody's exploiting anyone. I mean, that idea is not possible in their consciousness. It's not possible. It can't even come in there. To exploit someone, that is not possible.
Yeah. Inconceivable for them to exploit.
But we hear about this, and it's purifying for us. It is giving us a higher prospect in life. It's giving us this, I'm going to work toward that. I'm seeing this beautiful light, this golden reality. I want to work my way toward that. Let me use that as my North Star, the pole star. That the pole star is a non-moving planet. It doesn't move. It's the only one. Everything else is going around.
It's like the sun.
But they know that. The old mariners in the ships, they would guide by the pole star. And so let us use this ideal as the pole star of our life. How am I doing about this? Otherwise, how am I doing about what? Nobody has anything by which to measure how they're doing at all. There's nothing steady. There's nothing real. It's just lost at sea. Very heavy. Very heavy. And in the name of freedom, this young generation is inconceivably neurotic. They don't know what to do with themselves. I mean, those who have some kind of piety or some sort of faith, they can get through it. But those who don't, they just go crazy.
They're going insane.
They're going crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Panic attacks every 15 minutes. Panic attack is just normal. It's like what you do every day.
and then there are entities that they use them as food. They take advantage of their fear and misconception to exploit them.
Oh yeah, it's very easy to control people who see. Everyone knew in Vedic times that if you want to be strong, you have to perform penance, and that's called punya, and you become strong. And without sacrifice, you become weak. You're like a bug. You can be controlled by anything. You have no brain. You have no intelligence. You can't discriminate one thing from another. So anyone can go blah, 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 and you're like, okay. You can't think straight. Very heavy. It's almost too hard to look at, to be honest. But here it is. So anyway, Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Have to try to help if we can. I mean, we're also struggling with our own Vegas, so as we're doing that, we're trying to give some lessons to others on the same subject as we can. We can try to be utilized by some beautiful person for that purpose. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Well. That was a long...
Yeah, so inner tooth is actually Chris Camp. So he says, I am Krishna.
Actually what?
So remember there was someone called Inner Tooth saying thank you so much for this nice class today. Then he said, I am Krishna Keshava Das. I am Christopher Camp, and Inner Tooth is my YouTube channel name. Do you know him, Krishna Keshava Das? Krishna Keshava Prabhu?
Krishna Keshava?
Prabhu.
I don't know, I don't know if I've met you, Prabhu. I'm sorry, I sometimes forget names. So.
All right.
Excuse me if I've forgotten, please forgive me. But maybe when I see you, I'll recognize you. But anyway, don't take my offense. I have a very hard time with names. So anyway, I'm really happy that you're here with us today.
And then there are other beautiful devotees like Kumkum Didi, Bimal Krishna Prabhu, Ganga Lila Didi,
Dandavat.
and Indumati Didi.
Yeah.
Oh, Ganga Lila Didi says Polestar. Yes. Generation Z is very lost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and no, not unless back in 1997. Thank you. I think Krishna Keshava Prabhu met you back in 1997.
Where?
Let's wait until he responds.
Oh, now maybe I'm remembering. Anyway, that's lovely. 1997.
Yeah.
In India or? Well, we'll start to chant Hari Haraya and then I'll wait for you to hear from you.
Dandavat.
Prabhu, can you give me that blue drum? Sorry, I forgot about it. Hari Bol, Jai Sri Upadesamrita ki, Jai Sri Rupa Goswami ki, Jai our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki, Jai. Prabhu, can you give me the drum? Maybe?
Yes, Didi, 1 second. The computer was going to die.
Oh. Is your computer okay, do you think?
My computer?
Yeah.
Why?
No, something that I think. I'm just asking.
The temple computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's new, right? Pretty new.
It's new.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama.
Hari Haraya Nama. Chandra. Radhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Jaya Rupa Sanata Vadana Gunata. Shri Gopala Vatara Sana Gunata. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Shri Parikasa Shri Guru Govinda Ki Jai Shri Giraju Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Devi Maharaj Ki Jai
Jai.
Vishnu Paramahamsa Paribrajakacharya Stutersa Sri Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dardev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai
Right.
Jai Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Charya Vrinda Ki Jai Jai Sagoswami Prabhu Ki Jai Jai Mahaprabhu and his divine associates Ki Jai Jai Nityananda Prabhu and his divine associates Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Jai Chaitanya Saraswati Ma Ki Jai Tadya Shaka Ma Ki Jai Chaitanya Saraswati Mission Ki Jai Kol Kartal Ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai all the assembled devotees Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai
And Jai Mahaprasad Ki.
Jai
Then Krishna Keshava Prabhu is asking you, were you in Tokyo in 1997?
I can't remember, but yeah, I very possible.
Very possible.
Very possible. Yeah. All right.
Oh. Sita Didi.
Sita Didi. Dandavat Sita Didi. Which Sita? Which one? Are you?
Sita Devi Dasi says, studied at Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math.
What was that?
Oh, I've seen this Didi. I've seen this Didi in Govinda Mela last.
Oh,
year.
Sita.
Yeah.
Oh, Dandavat. I was thinking it was you, and then I thought, maybe not. Ah, I was thinking about you today. Really, I was thinking about you. Quite a lot this morning. You were coming into my consciousness by divine grace. Dandavat.
Dandavat, everybody. Haribo.
Haribo.
Have a glorious day.